Well, it was great to be back. It was just a great vibe in Gill, as always. This team was excited to play. I thought, we saw some nerves and a lot of energy at the beginning, just as we were settling into our first game. A lot of new faces out there, a lot of people in their first experience in Gill Coliseum, and, families in town, and it was festive. It's a festive weekend for us. Well, I thought this team came out with, playing the right way, just wanting to be great. And they've worked hard to get to this point. And I thought, we had some stretches where things were clunky like a normal first game would be, and then we had some moments of brilliance. And I thought, overall, our effort was excellent. I thought this team demonstrated that they have a ton of potential. We're deep. We had great performances throughout our roster. The third quarter was special. That was what I think this team, can look like for 40 minutes during that stretch. And, we're just going to get better and better as we go. And so I loved our effort. Loyola's a good team. I'm excited for Erica to have her opportunity, as a head coach. They played right. They played fearless. They hit big shots in the first half to stay close. And then I really liked the way that we pulled away, in that second half. And then, we had Noel knocking down that floater in the fourth as the highlight of the game for all of us. That's what we voted on in the locker room. I think that was the highlight. Yep. And so a Noel man and floater. But it was a great night in Gill.
AJ, you banked in a top of the key three to start the night, and evidently you took that as a sign that it was your night. And so what will you take away from this first official game as on the floor?
Well, I'm really thankful to have the fans we have. Not many people get to experience this, and the infectious energy that all of our fans have in Gill is insane. And I'm really glad to be a part of that. And I don't know, it was a good start. Yeah.
Scott, what did you learn specifically tonight from your team?
Well, that we were ready to go. I think, I don't know how much I learned that I didn't know. It was just working together with them to help them through game one. It's a unique environment. It's different than anything we can really create outside of actually playing. And so I think it was just confirmed. This team is really good. It's talented. It's deep. We have some growing to do, no question. But man, I just felt like we were ready. I think we talked about after our exhibition game, this team has a little bit of everything. I'm looking, where is our weakness? Our weakness right now is just time together. And so as this non-conference schedule evolves and as we go through it, I think the language that we all share is going to be tighter and better, and we're going to function more efficiently. The mistakes will go away because they were controllable tonight. I felt every mistake we made was, just maybe a lack of experience at the moment or a lack of time playing together. Those are all going to go away. And so I think this team, like I've said from day one, the sky's the limit. And that was just, I don't know if it was learned, but it was confirmed.
It looks like you have four bigs out there, some really interesting options defensively. What's the potential there with those four at that end of the floor?
Yeah, and then if you add, Taya and Ellie to that mix, we've got six, post players, including Yo, who got in at the end there, that have all played. They're all veterans. Having Kennedy back just instantly raises the bar defensively for us and on the boards. Taylor is a known quantity, just getting better and better. Yelena now is different. She's in Pac-12 condition. She's healthy now. And, then you look at a couple power forwards in Taya and Ellie that have been through every war. They've seen it all. There's so much experience. And then Yo is a 6-year senior. So that group, they're all finding their way together. We're learning the best ways to use them with our perimeter players. It's probably about as good a group as there is in the country, in my opinion.
Taylor, how much does it help you defensively to have Kennedy out there now?
First of all, in practice, being able to compete against her and seeing how well she plays defense. Scott says it all the time. She's a natural defender. And that's something that I've always struggled with. And so just being able to watch her, and see her be back on the court, it's just like a picture image of what I need to be. And just having her out there and knowing that whatever position she's in, that person is not going to score. And if the ball goes to her, she's going to get the rebound. It's just really reassuring. And I feel like we have that reassurance in a lot of our positions right now. We're good at defense. We're deep. And I think that we're going to be really good.
Taylor, 13 blocks as a team, 54 points in the paint. Do you feel like, going back to the height conversation and the length that you guys have up front, that on both ends of the floor, this could be where you kind of wear teams down the rest of the way here, throughout the season?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that our post presence, even if it's like getting the ball to the post and us like passing the ball back out, that creates such an advantage for the rest of our team. And kick-out threes are what we're looking for probably the most right now. And so just that advantage in our height, I mean, it's hard to score layups on us. It's hard to score when you get closer to the basket. So just having that presence and just almost an intimidation factor before you even play us, I think that that's going to be crucial and going to be very good for us this season.
And Scott, just game one, can you speak to how much more polished it seems Talia is now after getting that full off season with you guys? And she just seems so much more grown up now for the way she's playing out there, the way she handled herself.
Yeah, she's getting there. I think this is actually a new experience for Talia. Last year, when you've got an Aaliyah Goodman on the floor, who's basically an extension of our coaching staff out there with the ball in her hands 35 minutes of the game, it does take some pressure off everyone else. Well, there's no more Aaliyah. And so now it's just Talia with the ball, along with Taya Adams, both brand new to the primary ball handler role. And Talia did get some reps last year, but this is a different environment. There's a little more pressure, a little more responsibility on her. And so, even tonight we saw some young mistakes. Trying to force passes that aren't there, and in situations we really don't need that. Those were some of our timeouts tonight. We were just talking about keeping it very simple, making the easy play, running the show. In your first year at running the show, it's going to take a while for some of those to go away. And so she's learning, as she's going. But, we saw, during her 13 games last year where, she's poised. I think she probably was like that in sixth grade, poised. Really. And so she's got a unique quality that way, which is, just remarkable, to be honest. 5 steals tonight, to go along with, I don't know, she probably had blocks too, I can't remember, but, she's just a dynamic player that impacts the game so many ways and will just become more and more efficient.
Right now, from the newcomers, you've got Emily with that starting group. What has she shown you so far to put herself in that position at this time?
Yeah, well, we talked about it today. We didn't decide on starters till just, kind of yesterday, but actually just this morning. Look at this team. We could start. We have a lot of starters. We've got more than 5, on this group on this team. This is probably the first game Kennedy Brown hasn't started in her career. Tonight, Emily obviously started at St. Mary's. I think her entire career down there. Taya Adams started at San Diego State. That's, one of the things with this group that we're talking about, you got to put the team before you. Well, so far, Emily is a vet. She's been, West Coast Conference is an excellent conference, and she's been a significant player in that for years now. She's very accurate. In our first scrimmage, she only played, I think, 12, or exhibition game, 12 or 13 minutes. I can't remember. The scrimmage. And I didn't see her out of position one time in 12 minutes. Just running our stuff, understanding our concepts. And so, that stability, that's good for Talia to have out there with her, as she's, learning on the job, basically. And so we could go a variety of ways with our starting lineup. We probably will as we go.
We joked earlier in the preseason about going with the monster 3-tower lineup. Tonight there was a lot of times where you just had 1 big and 4 wings on the floor. Is that just going to be a matchup, sort of situation? And with the players that LMU had, you felt like that was your best?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you count Ellie and Taya as wing players, that's a pretty common lineup for us. Taya has started her entire career for us, as our power forward. Tonight started at the 3 with Ellie Mack at the 4. So the beauty of this team is our versatility. I mean, Kennedy could slide to a 3. She's very comfortable on the perimeter. We could go Yelena and Taylor on the inside. I mean, we could do anything like that. And so it will be circumstantial. I thought the way they went so small tonight, for a while they had 5 guards out there and took their big off the floor, which was tough for us at the end of the second quarter, when we had Yelena and Kennedy out there. That was kind of tough, and they hit a couple threes over us because of that. But that's the chess match within the game. We're very fortunate to be able to answer pretty much what anybody throws at us with our roster.
My question is piggybacking off that. I want to know what the odds are that we see Yelena at the 5, Taylor at the 4, Kennedy at the 3, Taya Corsdale at the 2, and whoever the next tallest player is at the 1. Who would be the 1 in that scenario? I'm serious. Couldn't you theoretically do that? Doesn't Taya probably know all the plays from all the positions?
Yeah, she absolutely does. Yeah, Taya Corsdale could run, every play from every position, and that's one of the beauties of her mind, and her skill set. She could, and so you're giving me something to think about, Lindsay. And so
she's the 1 in that scenario.
yeah, she could be the 1, or Ellie Mack could be the 1. But that's a team.
I'll be the one.
That's
I'm
a
gonna be
team
the
that's.
one.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You've been wanting to be the 1, and we've
Yeah.
been talking about
Big
that.
guard.
We're working Taylor into the 1.
Yeah,
And so it is a 4-year process. That would be a little bit ahead of schedule, but not much.
that's fine.
You ready
That's
for
fine,
it?
yeah.
Let's do it.
Get some experience.
Yeah. Yeah, it's possible. Who knows?
Coach, you guys had 23 assists off of 34 made field goals tonight. Really impressive. What do you have to say about the unselfishness your team's played tonight?
Yeah, I think unselfishness is a staple of our program. I think the best teams are that. We talk about moving the ball so quick the defense can't catch up, making reads. I thought tonight there were times where the ball stuck a little bit too long, in my opinion, but that's normal beginning of the year as you're out there, your brain's probably going a little faster than it needs to or should. You're rushing things. You're not as relaxed as you probably will be. But for us, if you've watched us over the years, that's just who we are. We shoot a great percentage because we're open when we shoot, and that's because we hurt the defense. We draw 2, and then we find the open person, and the extra pass is very normal, for us. And so the beauty of this team is, we've talked a lot about our bigs right here. We're formidable on the inside, and we're tough to cover one-on-one. And if you're going to send 2, somebody's going to be open, and we've got shooters everywhere. Taylor's working out to that 3-point range, but everybody else on our team shoots the 3 as part of their game. And so tough team to defend, tough team to guard, and so then it's just making reads and getting that ball moving quickly. And so my goal is always 20-plus assists. If the game plan, there's some teams that don't let you pass, which means you just go to the rim, and so, but a more traditional team that we play that has normal help rules, we should have a bunch. So very pleased with that number. Thanks, everybody. All right. Thank you very much. Thanks for
Thank you.
staying up.